Hello and welcome to Morning Coffee with Maddog Merv. I've got my my wiener dog cup. I haven't had it out here in a while, so thought I'd try it out again today. Let's see what we got going on the channel today, shall we?
Welcome to Morning Coffee.
Maddog Merv today.
Got our French roast this morning again. I wonder if I'm a big fat guy. I mean, holy cow. I always had a schmear. A schmear. He's probably going for bagels. He's trying to steal. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe it.
I have no clue.
And I got a bunch of chores to do. Oh, who wants to do that?
Today's shout out goes to Frankie Day Models. Now, I mentioned Frankie a couple of years ago when he was doing one of the ship models that I was working on at the time as well. And Frankie, he's a very organic kind of channel, kind of like mine. What you see is what you get. It's not a studio with a primed and polished desk and, not anything out of order kind of thing. No, Frankie's a regular guy. And that's what I like about his channel. He is a veteran. And of course, that makes me gravitate more to wanting to see what he's got on his channel. Frankie does a lot of different things besides ships, but the reason I want to give him a shout out right now is Frankie's been going through kind of a rough time. And, as modelers, we're all people. We've all got stuff going on. And some folks have, these hardships that they go through from time to time. And one of his is having to move, because of landlord, which I don't want to get into that. It just irritates the heck out of me, and this guy's having to up and relocate. Well, his latest video, things turned out good, and he'll be producing more videos again soon. But go ahead and check out his channel, please. Frankie Day Models. That's really good today. Well, we had a piece on some of my older builds this last week, and I do have to apologize. My memory, my short to midterm memory is on the glitch. Let's just put it that way. I'm having a lot more problems in recent months. And particularly this last year, than I've ever had before. I've always had a great memory. It's been something that even at work, they were always coming to me for things because I could remember stuff off the top of my head that happened, whenever. But something has changed with my health, and I'm having some issues with my memory. So as I put together part 2 last week, I tried to search up I didn't know there was a part 1 at first, but anyway, I was trying to find, some of these builds maybe in a different video that I'd done, and I couldn't find them. So, okay, I went ahead and showed them to you again anyway, and that was the Duster and the Roadrunner at the very first. And I didn't realize that I'd shown those to you guys before, so I'm really sorry about that. But for those of you who never got to see them the first time, you got to see them this time. Those were some fun builds. That Duster, and I have plans to do what if they put a Hemi from the factory in. Yes, I have the kit and engine and everything ready for that. We'll get to that one of these days. But that was a fun build. The Roadrunner, that came right out of the neighborhood that I grew up in. There were some gentlemen who lived around the corner, down the street a little bit, who had a Roadrunner just like that. It was in red primer at the time, but it was just like that. Otherwise, the side pipes and everything, it was awesome. So, to me, putting that together was a lot of fun, and I hope you guys got something out of it. Some folks I hope got inspiration. Some folks I hope just got entertainment out of it. The collection of Superbirds is neat. I like Superbirds for sure. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll have another installment again one of these days. Hopefully it won't duplicate all this stuff. On the Kit Hoarder Stash, we had The Exorcist. I mean, come on. An APC that has a pipe organ on the top of it. And here's the best part. As you're playing like Beethoven's Fifth, dun 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 dun, it launches missiles out of the pipes. Pretty cool. There's long range. The option is long range missiles and shorter range anti-personnel type missiles. I'm just so excited to have this thing. I got it at a decent enough price because it's pushing the $100 mark through Games Workshop. So I didn't pay near that, thank goodness. But it was something I had to have because it's just weird enough, off the hook enough that I had to have this thing. So I've already started on it. I'm trying to paint it up in the colors that I am doing my Sister Sororitas Combat Patrol. Purple's a little bit harder to do than I had thought, simply because I want this in my mind. I've got this one certain shade, and trying to get that certain shade, it's a little difficult. So, well, we'll do the build, and we'll share that with you folks when we get it all done. But that's what we did on the Kit Hoarder Stash this last week. Now, this upcoming week, no Kit Hoarder Stash, just so you know. Is it the 27th? Almost the last day of the month. We will not be doing a Kit Hoarder Stash this week, but we'll be doing it in another week after that. So for the main show, this time I'm going to show you guys a few of the figures that I've been working on for my Blood Angel army. Now, there's a few, they call them individuals. They are like a captain or a priest or a librarian or something very special like that. They aren't the average rank and file troops. And we'll get to them eventually. Because the rank and file, even though they are painted, like I said, they're not to my standard yet. I'm still having to put squad markings on them and things such as that. Little details that I demand that I have on my miniatures. So I'm still working on those, but I have been doing a couple of standalone figures. I'm okay with the results. I'm not as happy as I want to be with them, but I'm going to show them to you guys anyway and see how you guys like them. And the main thing is, if there's any question on a certain technique or how a certain thing was done, hopefully I can answer that for you guys, because we're not going to do the build and the paint process. There's a lot of painting videos out there on Warhammer figures, and yes, I could do that, but I think it's better to show you guys this finished product. And then if you've got some questions on, hey, how did you do that, or what did you use for this, I think that's going to be easier to address. So we'll see how it goes, but that's going to be tomorrow's show. So as I said, I've been really busy working on the company. I just call them the company. Oh, that's delicious. And for those of you guys who do the Warhammer figures, you'll understand what I'm going to say right now, and that is, so as you're working on one thing, another thing kind of catches your attention, and that was the Nuns with Guns, of course. And so I've been kind of working on them a little bit here and there. I still don't have them all assembled yet because I've been focused on other things. Well, as I was going through all of the figures that I had, one thing I noticed is I've got some really nice looking, from one of the sets that I used a few figures for my company. They came from a set of Black Templars, what's called the Black Templars. And these guys are cool. I mean, they look like the old knights in black armor of old in a lot of ways, particularly with their broadswords. So temptation finally overcame me, And some of these figures that I had tried to make look like something in my company, I said, no, I'm going back to the look of the Black Templar. So I've got these 4 initiates and one, I don't know what they call him in the Templars. He's kind of like a captain or sergeant, something like that. Anyway, he's a higher rank, let's put it that way. I've got this little faction that I've done and finished, and maybe I'll share that with you guys tomorrow too. But that's one of the things that I had been working on. The Blood Angels have what's known as a death company, and these are guys that are pretty much, they've lost it up here, and they are, furious, ravenous type of soldiers, and they dress them in black armor. That sounded really cool. So I went ahead and picked up a group of intercessors, regular Ultramarine intercessors, and painted them black for my death company. Now, why did I need a death company? Well, I had picked up a couple of my standalone figures are the leadership, like the librarian and the can't remember what exactly he's called. Anyway, a couple of the leadership figures from that company. So yeah, I needed some soldiers to go with the rest of them. So I'm not going to do an entire big. It's just 12 figures total. So and they're pretty much done. Maybe I'll share them with you as well. Plus, I've been working on my squads, and that is making sure all the squad markings are correct. Making sure that all the details are painted, because every once in a while I'll miss something, so I go back and I missed that. I need to redo it. So that's pretty much what I've been doing this week. It's this week there was a lot of rain and it was cold. We had, in fact, I think it was Monday, we were down in the teens. It was really cold, but we're on a warming trend right now, even though it's only in the upper 20s right here. We should be up close to 60 by Tuesday. Yeah, pretty cool. So we're going to have some mild weather, let's just put it that way, for the next week, which means I can start going through and getting this stuff moved out here. So, well, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope that you guys have the rest of a good weekend. I hope that next week is just marvelous for you. Please join us tomorrow to see some of these figures that I've been working on. And, well, take care, folks. We'll see you again real soon.